If they're lying to other people, I guarantee you they're also lying to you. You guys, look what I found. This is titled CONNED on Netty, also known as Netflix. Hold on for the receipt. Hold on for this footage. You do not want to miss this. And afterwards, I'm going to give you my honest, authentic commentary. Oh, buckle up, like they say in the hood. This gonna be good.
In the eyes of society, you're looked at as a criminal. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't mind being looked at as a criminal, really. It's tough. I mean, I just was doing crimes my whole life. Scamming and shit like that.
Scammer.
Yeah, scamming. Just think things have changed, you know. It's not that easy to just work hard and buy a house. Nowadays, you gotta figure out some sort of way to finesse the system. It's the modern day American dream.
And how much do you make in total?
On paper, 32 million. But like in reality, we made like a few hundred million.
That's good.
Yeah, some pennies.
Would you do it again?
I always go back to this point of like, if I knew it 100% that I was gonna make $30 million doing something illegal, would I do it? Would I not?
I believe for people like this to stop doing what they're doing, I believe there's only 3 ways they stop: 6 feet under, prison, or they decide, I do not want to live like this anymore. I knew a gentleman, let's just say he had a lot of street illegal activity. He told me from his own mouth. He said, I stopped doing it. It was a bunch of us. I said, what made you finally stop? He said, all my homies, like they say in the hood, end up going to jail or prison. That made me realize that was my epiphany. That was my God moment telling me. And look at this. Wolf of Wall Street warns about Bitcoin. Hey, you know what? You know the series, The Wolf of Wall Street, right? A thief can recognize another thief. But basically, he said they went to jail or prison, and I decided I didn't want to live that way anymore. And from his own mouth, he makes a lot of money now legally. He does several legitimate, I've seen it, I know him personally, side hustles. The key word is legitimate, to make a lot of money. He's what you call a hustler. People are going to hustle in 2 ways. They're going to bust their ass legally, or they're going to bust their ass illegally. I believe there's no gray area. And why am I telling you guys that? If somebody is lying on a massive scale, I mean massive, where you can't believe pretty much 99.99% of what come out of their mouth, guess who they're also lying to? You already know it. They're lying to you. Now look at this young man. There's no way I can believe at the end of the day, looking in the mirror, he can truly be proud of himself. I believe it's probably coming from him having a dad that wasn't there, or his dad, air quote, was there, but his dad probably never made him feel like he was good enough. Bitcoin on Netty. They lied, they cheated, and they made millions with a cryptocurrency scheme that was too good to be true. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Stay woke. And what irritates me about some of these people is once they steal and destroy, they blame the victim. That's part of their mental, I believe, psychosis. Y'all, look at this very expensive sports car he's driving. Y'all, check this out. I know this gonna be good. I know the good stuff when I see it. Go check this out. I'm anxious to see this. I've never seen this before. I want to see, they showed clips of him as a child, his family life. I want to see if my opinion of what he probably experienced growing up, for him having the false belief that he wasn't enough, contributed to who he is today. It doesn't matter where we come from, y'all. We are not responsible for the trauma and the abuse we suffered growing up. We are 1,000,000,000% responsible for our own healing. That's our job. We choose to stay stuck. If you know anyone personally that's like this, I suggest you never take your mouth and beat them down, calling them a thief, really bad stuff that's going to lower their self-esteem. That's doing the devil's work. Pray for them like you have never prayed before. Set up healthy boundaries. Sometimes a healthy boundary means you have to put some distance between you and that person. When they're held accountable for the full consequences of their behavior, example, say for instance they steal your bike. Call the police, make a report. When you don't hold them responsible for their behavior to the fullest extent, or at least try, you are a codependent and enabler. And you literally, I'm telling you from experience, you take away the opportunity for them to have permanent, positive change. Let them be held accountable. There is so much redemption when someone is held accountable. They got plenty of time to talk to God at that point, don't they? Yeah, they do in that prison cell. And when they're released, you probably hold the key to them never going back to that activity because you stepped up, put on your big girl draws or your big man chonies, and you at least tried to hold them accountable. Watch what you say to them because at the end of the day, you do not want to do the devil's work. Anybody can take their mouth and put somebody down. Speak into them words of encouragement. I believe you can do this. I know things are going to get better for you. I trust you. I love you. Things will get better. I know they will for you. Don't tear them down because it's going to make them feel really, really bad. And plus, that's not your character. Don't do that to people. Build them up. Again, you may have to get to a safe distance. You may have to lock your shit up and put security systems in place so they can't rip you off. Get to a safe distance. Just don't take your mouth and put. See how he has these kind of people with these personality types have to have really expensive cars, really expensive clothes, shoes, jewelry, and they have no problem flossing for the gram in their Balenciagas, Gucci, whatever it is, because for them, it's all about image. I believe the root of it is severe low self-esteem, which probably didn't come from themselves. It came from somebody else. They have to get to the root of why is my self-esteem so low? Why do I only have the false belief that I only have value based on what I have instead of who I am at the core? Meaning God made you perfect. That's where you should get your value from. If you get your value from other things, then we may end up being in trouble. It ain't all about the Gucci and the Louis Vuittons. It's all about you could wear a 50-cent thrift store shirt and you still have tremendous value. They usually have to get into therapy to get to the root of why do I think it's okay to be like this? Because again, ultimately, I honestly believe at the end of the day, they're not really okay with themselves. They're fooling themselves. I really believe that they are. Given the right set of circumstances to make money legitimately and get around the right people who can show you that you don't have to do that. Talking about buying a house, you have to do that. No, you don't. That's a false belief.